What I wish I had done when I started going to the gym was just watch more videos from more people about what they do at the gym. I did, I think, what most people would do, where it's like, okay, I want to find a source, someone reputable to talk about, oh, what's the best gym workout? So I go to whatever video, YouTube video has the most views and likes and reviews and all that kind of stuff, and be like, oh, they must know what they're talking about. That's not necessarily wrong, but I wish I would have just watched more from more people, because I got one point of view from the gym. And it's important to realize that there are so many different goals that people have when going to the gym and working out. You just want to make sure that they align with what you're trying to do. For the most part, when people talking about, oh, I want to go to the gym, it's they want to get big, they want to get strong, they want to lose weight, some combination thereof. So it's a pretty safe bet you're going to find something useful looking for videos. But what I would recommend doing, go to the gym, don't know what to do, try out every single machine, dumbbell, barbell, doesn't matter, just try it all out once, right? Because as you'll start to figure out, after you see like just so many options in the gym for exercises you can do, it really narrows down to just a few categories, right? Most people, you got like the push-pull leg split. That's a popular one that people do for strength training. Why? Because it kind of covers everything, right? Push, that's your chest, shoulders, triceps. Pull, it's biceps and back, and then legs, and all these you can subdivide these categories for a while, upper, middle, lower chest, upper traps, and all that kind of stuff. But push-pull legs, it's a great starting point, because that kind of encompasses, oh, hey, it's a full body workout. So if I'm interested in strength training my full body, push-pull legs. Try out every single machine, try out every single dumbbell, barbell, because as you start to look online and for kind of resources and, just kind of anecdotally, people will have different opinions on what's the best way to go about it. Science-based training is kind of a new frontier of study, and there are like objectively, the best exercises for doing, because they're studying it, and they're like, oh, when some of these machines and dumbbells and ways of doing it, you get the most like activation when you stay in the scapular plane and do this. Absolutely pay attention to whatever the latest scientific research is, but also it's really hard to do a wrong thing at the gym as long as you're not hurting yourself. Now, it is true there are less optimal, you'll hear that a lot, less optimal ways to do it. Oh, what's the most optimal? Is this optimal? Do what you like. Do the exercises that you like. That's why I would say, try out the machines. If you like, the pull down cables, great. If you like the pull machines, do those. If you like dumbbell curls, or you like the cable curls, it's whatever you like the most. Because yes, it's true that one might be objectively better if you get the lab coats, if you get the studies out. Well, this provides more stimulus to that. Yes, maybe. But by how much? And is it by enough that it's worth, if there's an exercise that like is the latest and greatest, but maybe I just don't like doing it. Maybe I don't want to do my 3-second eccentric, and then the concentric and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I just want to go out and move some weight. Yes, I might be missing out on, I'm leaving gains on the table. Absolutely. And maybe if you're concerned about that, pay attention to the scientific studies. Absolutely. You're going to be going to the gym for a while, right? I've been going consistently for about 3 years now. So I choose the exercises that I like doing. I like doing the incline dumbbell press. It's a fun one for me. I feel like I get a good stretch out of it. It's a good setup. Sometimes I'll do the barbell. Sometimes I'll do one of the machines where you put the plates on it, just to spice things up. But I do the ones that I like, even though there are some objectively better exercises you can do. It's just good to be aware that it's not like night and day difference. It's, if you care about getting every single ounce of, gains on the table, yes, you might follow a certain way. Also, if you have like a bodybuilding exercise in like 3 months, work out every single, try out the isolated, rear delt, all that kind of stuff. Compound movements are fine. Barbell bench press is a great one because it's a relatively easy setup. Most gyms have it. There's all sorts of videos you can find about why some exercises are better than others. A lot of them, it has to do with, yes, this fancy machine might be cool and all, but does your gym have it? So that's also important to think about. Another thing, very important, track everything. I track every single set and every single rep with every amount of weight that I do. And here's why. When you first start out, I don't know the science behind it, newbie gains. When you're new, when you start out to the gym, you're going to make a decent amount of progress pretty quickly. I'm not exactly sure why, but it just tends to happen. And as you progress and continue with it over months and into years, your progress is going to start to plateau, right? It's like, oh, well, I was adding 5 pounds every week to my bench press. It's like, oh, I was adding this much. That's great, and that'll happen. But for most people, they'll find, well, you won't be making as much progress, and your progress might actually come to a stop, and it might, you might actually be going down with what you're when do. So that's why it's important to track it, because when you're on year 2, or even year 1, and you're like, when I'm only able to maybe add 1 rep, add 5 pounds, add something, I'm happy because I'm still making progress, and I know it's going to slow down. But as long as it doesn't stop, as long as I don't regress with the amount of progress that I make, yeah, it's a good workout. As long as I'm able to do more than I was able to do last time. But I can only know that because I'm tracking it, because I track every single rep, and I know, oh well, I did 3 sets at 150 pounds on this one. Now I can do 4 sets, but on my last set I was able to get an extra rep, and that's progress. And I know that because I track it. So notes, there's tons of applications for it, or just longhand on a piece of paper, track all of that. Other than that, there's not too much you have to really be concerned about. The one other item that can sometimes jam people up is the form. Form is very important, and it's important for a few reasons. One, tying into that progress again. But also safety, right? When you keep good form, you decrease the chances that you're going to strain one of your muscles. So tracking progress. When you're doing like a lat pull down or something, there can be a tendency to like kind of round your shoulders or do something, because if in your mind it's just, okay, get the weight from here to here, you're going to do kind of whatever it takes to make that happen, and you're going to start to use other muscles to kind of assist in moving the weight. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can affect your tracking because, I can lift more, I can do this. Is it because I'm making growth in my lat muscles, or is it because I'm starting to incorporate other muscles to complete that lift? Not saying there's a right or wrong way, but keeping consistent, clean form. Oh, you know that when I can lift more this week, it's because I'm making actual muscle growth and not because I'm recruiting other muscles to assist. So that's why it's important to keep good form for tracking reasons, so you know that the gains are happening from where you think they're coming from. But also safety. You'll hear some things, when you're doing deadlifts, protect your lower back. When you're doing bench press, protect your shoulders. When you're doing, so your pressing movements, they say, yeah, there's no reason for you to bring your arms kind of past that 90 degree, because once that happens, it's no longer a chest exercise, and you're starting to offload that weight onto your shoulders. And for most people, if you kind of reset your muscles to factory settings, your shoulders aren't going to be able to lift and handle as much weight as your chest. So if you put weight that you can handle with your chest on your shoulders, you increase the probability that you're going to mess up your shoulders. That's why. Tracking and decreasing the probability of injury is why you should do strict form. But that's just recapping. Try out every single exercise at least once. Figure out which ones you like or which ones you dislike the least, because for some muscle groups you might just have to pick one. Use good form, and diversify the videos and sources overall that you get for the gym, so you have a well-rounded data lexicon for all the gym fitness information.